So today I have some cheap eBay side skirts. It's gonna help make the aero look better. The only thing that we're gonna have to play with is this little added fender piece, which I have in the front and in the rear. In the rear, we actually had to cut it a little bit back for the mount of this really aggressive metal diffuser that I got, but I really love the look of how it still keeps in and adds, if anything, to the aero of the car. That side skirt's gonna help fill out this little bit of a void. I am gonna have to move the side skirt down a little bit from where it's technically supposed to be, and it's gonna sit out a little bit farther back. It's gonna be more like this, which isn't by a whole lot, but it'll look like it still fits up in the front. I just don't want to have to cut this if I don't need to. Any cut is final, and to make a perfect fitting against the front part is going to be really hard, so I'd rather just move this back a little bit, and I still have room to play with on the side right there, and it'll make it look like fit. So we're going to fit it up, and I'm going to take out the bolts. There's like 3 bolts you're supposed to use, 2 being right here, and they're down here. I'm gonna be taking these out, and then I have new markings, 1 there and 1 there for where the new bolts are gonna go. And this holds in the bottom of the fender. There's 3 of them. Okay. 1 of them is out. And then what's really crucial is when I'm drilling a hole in the plastic for the edge, I want to make sure it's the same width across, so I'm not over drilling it so it has a place. Good thing that this has a washer already installed, a part of the nut. I'm going to be reusing this hardware, but I'm just going to be reusing it instead of where I'm supposed to in these guided holes because I'm moving everything down. I'm going to be using it instead on these new markings right there. So something that I don't like about the factory holes that they were gonna have me use is that it's indented lower, and it would be trying to push up this plastic to sit flush with the bottom. I actually prefer this because then it's just gonna be perfectly married with the bottom of the side skirt and fit a lot better. So I actually prefer to use this anyways. Got the back one threaded in. If anything, this sounds better than this side. This sticky side sounds more secure than... Okay, so what I'm gonna do is instead of just 3M tape, it is just for now. This stuff isn't meant to last forever. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it in place, and instead I'm gonna create custom riv nuts, probably 2 towards the end, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the front. And that way we can bolt, screw on or screw off. If you could capture this side to show like it is moved back, but it doesn't look bad. So even though that now it is technically moved back a little bit from this upward fender, when you zoom in over there, it still isn't too close to the wheel. And just looking at it from afar, like step up. The cool part about what I like about this is that technically that's supposed to be up there and it's supposed to be a bit of a rounded corner. And now it is still rounded, but it's rounded next to that. That is a little awkward in my opinion, but not by much. What I really prefer is this angle. The moment you step back, you don't see the front of that, and it hooks into the fender, going all the way throughout towards the very end, right in front of the tire. And the fact that you can see the tire from this shot right here, it looks really good. Going into detail, walking over, the fitment is moved back a little bit, actually quite a bit. But I can always move this up later if I decide to and use the positioning I'm supposed to. In my opinion though, from afar, it steps down and perfectly makes another, look at this, makes another circle around the outside of the circle. It's not taking away too much, and it also kind of match the flat, aggressive line that I have going from the rear, now carrying over to the side, up to the front. In my opinion, this is perfect. So in case if you guys aren't or haven't been around a lot of Miatas, this is what this looks like without the side skirt and the black little trim piece with the front little quarter. Same quarter as the rear. Now we're gonna go on the opposite side where I did just install it so you can actually like see an immediate before and after. And dramatically, it fills up the side significantly more. It hangs out right in front of that tire where it's supposed to be and adds a really nice body line following the car up to the front. I personally think it's a perfect fit with all the other satin black pieces. Love it. This, it's not quite as aggressive. It kind of doesn't really show how far out the wheel is. The little bit of camber that the wheel does have, and then on top of that, it doesn't really show that the body line actually flares out towards the rear. So we'll put it on. I'll show you what it looks like. It's the exact same as the other side, but hey, for like $50, $60 side skirt, it actually looks really good. I saw this actually on a Miata at Cars and Craft, and I really loved how it looked. So I reached out to him, found out that it was like a really cheap eBay piece, but it really does make it look significantly better, and it's a really easy install. So I recommend people doing it. This side gave me a little bit more of a struggle, but overall it looks really fucking good, and I'm really happy. I think this is like an OEM plus in my opinion. Like the way that this folds in and follows the body line, it's not taking away from the car, it's just adding to it in my opinion. And I really love how it sits with the rest of the car. Overall, super happy with it. This Miata, since I've gotten it almost a year ago in a month, it'll mark my 1 year with the car, but it's changed astronomically and has turned into exactly the kind of car that I envisioned when I thought of owning a Miata. When I originally saw this car listed for sale, it had 20,000 miles and it was for a screaming steal of a price. I was able to even get it less than the listed price, and I'm really happy with this car. In my opinion, this car has brought me so much joy and so much happiness, and it's only been a year of ownership. I've already done a lot to it, mostly aesthetic, valve cover, wheels, a wing, hardtop, rear little hardtop lip, exhaust, a diffuser, side skirts, front lip, quick removing steering wheel, bride seat. Like, there's a lot that's already been done to this car, and I'm not done yet. I ordered 2 new parts actually tonight, and they're gonna be coming in pretty soon. I'm excited for what they're gonna look like.
Solitary, new whip with the interior cream. Like one more, I drop the cherry. This shit burned in the seat. I feel like